Thom kali ini. Oh, ini dia 3 lawan 3 Profesor Thom Haye.
Selamat Hari Lebaran. Mohon maaf lahir dan batin. Welcome back at TheHayeWay. We're back in Amsterdam, Tom.
You welcome back also.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's strange to be here. Last time I saw you was...
it feels like we haven't been in this studio for like...
a month.
Yeah, more. 2-3 months, maybe.
Yeah, it's...
it's good to be back also.
Yeah, but is it strange to say that I already miss Indonesia?
Nee. Nee. No, I totally understand. I understand.
Yeah, it was a great experience. We're going to dig into that a little bit more this episode. We're going to, of course, talk about the experiences. Tom on the field, me outside of the field.
Hectic weeks.
Hectic weeks, but first, terima kasih. We are really growing on YouTube. More than 350k people subscribed already.
And even Instagram.
You're happy about that, eh?
It's growing as well.
150k. And if you're watching right now, I think 60% is already subscribed, watching our videos. Just subscribe. It's totally free. You won't miss a video anymore when you subscribed. And good thing, maybe next Wednesday we'll drop an extra video. Let's see if we do that. If a lot of people subscribe this week, we'll do maybe that next week during the week, an extra episode. And we have also an extra episode, but that's later because we interviewed someone else also in Jakarta. But
with we, you mean?
Me.
Me.
We is TheHayeWay because you were focusing on football. I just saw that our editor, Ganes, he was counting how many hours you were flying.
Yeah, I just read it.
50 hours.
We got all the nice papers in front of us with some details.
Shout out Ganes. Yeah. 50 hours in total.
Flying almost 50 hours in total. Amsterdam, Sydney, Jakarta, Amsterdam.
That's more than 2 days in a plane.
Yeah, that's crazy if you think about it.
And also going to all the time zones, eh?
Oh, but the flights to Sydney were so tough.
Why?
Because your first flight, you have 2 flights, and your first one is around like between 6 and 7 hours.
To Abu Dhabi.
My flight was to Dubai.
Oh, Dubai, yeah.
But then you still have a flight left of 14 hours.
Yeah,
so you're already traveling for 7 hours. You have to wait on the airport maybe 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And you still have a flight of 14 hours. And of course, the players from Australia have the same schedule, but I believe that maybe if you're used to it, it's a little bit easier. It's still really hard.
I had the same.
And I can't imagine how the guys felt that arrived later, because my game was on Friday, so I could leave a little bit earlier than most of the guys. So yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, some guys came in later, like Maarten. I think Maarten Paas came in on because he could only leave on Sunday. And he,
a lot
from
of
Dallas,
guys.
yeah. But what you were explaining, I landed in Abu Dhabi. I came from London, Abu Dhabi, and I met an Australian woman, very nice woman. And so she said, "Where are you flying to?" I said, "Oh, Jakarta." I said, "Oh, very nice." I said, "Where are you going?" "Melbourne." And I said, "How long is your flight?" And then she said, "Yeah, 12 hours." I said,
"Yeah,
wow." And I still had 8 hours or 7 hours. That's so
crazy.
far away. But
of course, on the way back, we had the game against Bahrain.
Yeah,
we won, and then the next day, the end of the day, flying back to Amsterdam. So I arrived here on Thursday morning.
Oh yeah.
And we had a game, an away game already on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
So on Thursday there was no time to train because it was just about getting rest. Friday, one training.
Yeah.
And then Saturday a game again.
But that's crazy.
Unfortunately, we won.
And you gave an assist.
Yes, so...
You were happy with that,
was,
huh?
Yeah, I think the word is dropped a lot, but it really was a roller coaster. And I mean also the day after the games, or after the game against Willem II it was, in the league. I also got the team was 1 day off and I got an extra day just to get some rest finally, and I really needed it. I was like...
But
I was
like
dead.
Sometimes I think if I talk to a lot of colleagues of you, you cannot grab form if you're performing in a good way, you're performing in a bad way. Sometimes it just happens, and Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're performing really good at this moment. If you look at the game at Bahrain, last weekend against Willem II, the games before you played for Almere, it's something, you're in a good vibe at the moment.
Yes. But a lot also have to do, I think, in Almere, second half of the season, we're playing better football. And for me personally, the basis is stronger, so I can show myself and play my own game way more, and then I know what I'm capable of, and I'm just happy. It's a little bit like a flow, and I'm just happy I can play like that again. And also with the national team, of course, we talked a lot about it, also about the game against Australia. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the result we wanted, and we conceded some unnecessary goals, and of course the ending was too big of a difference, like the goal difference, but we didn't perform well. So like we said, it was really important for us to bounce back against Bahrain, and we did. And then we also did something special after.
We'll talk about that. But are you a player that, like, days after a game, or maybe this week, still scrolls on Instagram or YouTube to look on to the highlights of the game against Bahrain?
You know what it is? I want, of course, if you win, you want to enjoy a little bit. So of course, the day after, maybe you see a lot. You watch back the good moments. It's also nice to see, of course. But I had no time actually to enjoy the win against Bahrain because like a few days later I needed to play again. So like I said, it was a roller coaster, and of course on social media you get so many messages. We talked about it. So you still see moments, highlights, you see it, and it's fun to watch. But I also I'm the type of guy that I try to focus in the here and now again, because I also, the next time I need to perform, I want to perform.
But okay, can I pick out two moments in the game? One, I don't know if you say that in English. Of course, the pre-assist to Lino with your chocolate foot. Do you say that in English?
No, I don't think so. But I think the people understand.
We say in Dutch.
Will they understand?
The chocolate foot.
Weak foot.
But if you see the pass, you cannot say it's a weak foot. And of course, you told already in the podcast, I think with Joey. But looking back, it's funny because like you, and I have a little bit more time to see all the highlight videos. You suddenly see something on your right, and then you give the pass. And it was just like passing with your right foot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course, my right foot is my strongest foot. And I prefer to shoot and pass with my right foot. But I've always known that under pressure, I can still rely on my left foot. And maybe it's not always as accurate, but sometimes it is. It was the perfect pass, I think.
Yeah. And then the other one, I thought it was a nutmeg, or you just chipped it around him.
Yeah.
But that was
in
something...
the second half.
I haven't seen that a lot before.
No?
No. You're always clinical, you know? Passing.
That's also clinical.
No, it was clinical, but were you surprised at that moment?
No, I know I'm capable of doing it. And if someone comes to me on a high speed, then it's a good technique to pass someone. But I saw, I don't know if it's possible, but maybe we can put it in. I saw one video of the goal from like my pass to Lino to Ole and the celebrations, and it was like behind the goal of Bahrain.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was posted with music on like the right moments.
Really?
It was so beautiful. Like,
let's see if we can put it in.
I saved it.
Oh,
so
you did?
If it's possible, we need to put it in because it's a really nice video.
Yeah. And no, I think, and that's the difference between being a professional footballer and a professional podcaster. I can scroll the whole day. And that's the good thing, celebrating a win after my first visit at GBK. There's so much compilations, so much highlight videos, and people, of course, are sending us so much, or mentioning us in so much messages. I think it's just, I won't say we have enough footage until the games in June, but it's a good way to, get the feeling back from the moment you had in the stadium, I think.
Yeah, but still it won't be the same.
No, that's true. And for the next time, because like you are a professional, like I told you before, I'm still recovering from a jet lag. It's been a while. Like I travel a lot the other way to the States, and then I have some difficulties there, but coming back not. But now it was tough, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We to be honest, it was just a week. We were not even there a week. We arrived on Monday morning.
Yeah,
and
but
left
that was also the thing, of course. Like you had no time to adjust. It was like immediately.
So I did the UFC
on the
show
road.
on Saturday night. I think we got back in the hotel at 1 or 2. No, 1. I think I fell asleep at 2, and I had to wake up at 5. So I had 3 hours. Then got into a taxi to Heathrow. It was an hour. Check in. Got on a flight. 2 flights. Get into Jakarta, and then it started. On Monday morning.
Yeah, I also have a lot of respect for you because my energy level, if I just think about it, I already get tired.
Yeah, but like to be honest, Tom, we are blessed that we can do the stuff like we do. So if this is your job and you can fly to Jakarta on like 3 hours sleep the night before, it's just, and I was nervous. I had so much emotions going through my body.
Yeah, we could see that on camera.
You did?
Yeah, everyone noticed.
Yeah,
You're not really good in hiding your
No. That's true.
emotions.
Yeah. I think
you don't have to also, but
sometimes
it was pretty clear you had all the nerves.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's a little bit embarrassing.
No.
Because like there were some emotions, but I try to explain that people text me, "Hey Neal, it's football," but I try to explain them like the journey we've been on, like with TheHayeWay. That's something special. The relationship I have with you, like I told you before, it feels like no, not brother, but it feels like I don't want you to screw up or do some bad things. I want that you succeed in the games and in life. And then of course the emotional part, being back in Jakarta the first time, like my father was born there. It was so mixed emotions, and then you win, because one I was a little bit embarrassed about is when I saw you after the game. But
Why?
then everything came together, I think, and then I took your
It was so funny because it looked more like you needed a reassuring hug,
Yeah. And you gave it to me.
No, it was I think it was really nice.
Everything came out after that moment, like what I just explained. For TIMNAS, it's so important for you as a player, but also as a person. I know how much it means for you, how much you put into it, and of course, for all the people sharing all the emotions with us. For the TheHayeWay, we're trying to do all the positive. Give a positive vibes to everyone watching us. I think that's important in life, to stay positive. You have a 5-1 defeat at Australia, and you win then, and then everything just comes out. And you were the first person I could give a hug, because it would be weird.
But then it's always already the next step is, of course, you did a lot of things.
Yeah.
During those days, we had the live stream.
Yeah.
Even before in the Netherlands, we had the watch party.
With Sergio.
Yeah, I think...
great guest. Former TIMNAS player, former Percy player. He played in Australia, of course. And nowadays, he's doing a lot, but he's also cooking food, special food from Indonesia and Maluku. So we should meet up with him.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But also the watch party was something new.
Yeah.
I'm just curious also what everyone thinks about the content you made.
Yeah.
In general, because you did a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then also, like we said, during this period, I will be a little bit more offline.
Yeah.
Just focusing on the games. And then after the game, it was like really chaotic. But we had the plan that maybe if we would win, we weren't sure at all.
No.
to maybe do a podcast
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. But it's also good to tell the people, give an insight. It doesn't mean that. So you focus on games, but we talk during days. So that's always what we do, because I think we also said it in the Joey thing before. Like, I'm more nervous than you are, and then we talk about stuff. And the only thing I really think is really good, that you won't shut off social media, but you're really not on social media. You're only like when you got back in Jakarta, is recovering, getting ready for the game as Bahrain. You do the practice.
Yeah, and of course I like to share things on my Instagram, but it's all about like the national team and being there.
Yeah.
So of course I will post some things, but it's not in a way like with the TheHayeWay that you're making content or something. That was really your focus, being there. And then after the game we were happy, and we looked for the possibilities, and we just said let's just make a podcast right now. Why not?
Yeah. I'm at the hotel. We should find a space in the hotel. So never forget, it was summer in the hotel, in a corner. We had 2 couches. Oh, no, I had a chair, and there were 2 couches. And then we set up the whole plan. It was chaotic. It was after the game. You were so tired, but you said, hey, let's do it. Let's see how much we can make. And then I think you were talking to Joey, and you said to Joey Pelopessi, hey, we're doing a podcast. Maybe you want to join?
Yeah, and he was like what a lot of players experience in their careers is, after games you have a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you're really tired. Thank you, Neal.
Hey, you're welcome.
You're you're really tired, of course.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to sleep. And I was telling some guys, like, we're gonna build a setup, or the team.
Frank and Kareel.
I tried to eat something and take some rest. And maybe it would be fun to just say hello. And he was. Everyone saw it in the podcast. He's just really happy, genuine guy. So he said, it would be fun.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the episode before this episode we had a look, and it's almost at 1 million.
Yeah, if we reach 1 million, that would be amazing.
In only 6 days. So that's
but we also
that's crazy.
We
that's
have
crazy.
also to say sorry to people. Because
we saw it. Yeah, it's
hey,
good.
We listen to you
it's
guys.
also good that you guys are critical. Yeah. We're open to everything, positivity, not too negative, but
no, it's good.
Some criticism, we can work with it.
I think like the people were critical about that we were not giving Joey all the attention he deserves, because normally if we have a guest on the show, it is about his path in his life, the choices he made.
It's more in depth.
And now it was just a post-match reaction. We were all hyped.
It's like, but we have to, I think people will understand now. You have a mix of a spontaneous setting. You feel adrenaline, but you're also really tired.
Unbelievable tired.
And actually I think with Joey, he said afterwards he had a fun time, but we also said to Joey, of course, it would be fun to do an episode again in the near future. We have, of course, have to have a look when exactly, but then we have a little bit more time to,
because he has a really nice story
in a relaxed setting.
Of course,
take some more time. So it was really fun to do.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so cool.
We read the criticism as well.
Yeah.
Of course, there were a lot of positive reactions.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for everything, and it's the most viewed episode
ever
until now. So it's it was fun that we did it.
And I think it's also good to give a behind the scenes for the people. So how do we come up with these ideas? And also, of course, I always look the episode back. What can I do better? And to be honest, I was so.
To be
hyped.
honest, I always think I cannot improve anything. That's what you think?
No. Oh, no. Oh. I was really critical about myself, but to be honest, like, I wasn't talking that much. You were so hyped. It was more us two talking, that we were crazy about the game, and then sometimes Joey. But hey, shout out to who came up with the idea with the opening. So we did the opening of the podcast, and Joey was already sitting next to you. I don't know who should we give credits. Is it Frank?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But that was I was laughing so much. So so Joe will be back in our podcast. We do a longer one. And hey, I have to tell the people, he was captain of my favorite team in Holland, FC Groningen. So like, yeah, to have Joey on the podcast, it's something special. But looking back at that night, it made it even more special because we will always think back about this, about it was my first time at GBK. The win, the pre-assist you gave, the crazy emotional, little bit too much hug I gave you after the game, and then the podcast after the game in the hotel with Joey. It was a very special night. And to be honest, people ask me if I could rate the atmosphere. And I already told people I've been over 200 stadiums in my life because, for work or for pleasure. And I said it's top 3. But I think the atmosphere, and also the special feeling I had with the game. There's
only one place, Neal.
Huh?
There's only one spot for that.
Yeah, no, I have to admit, I haven't. I thought about it a lot on the way back also, but I haven't experienced something like this because there were so many things that made it so special. So before the game, the Garuda sign, I've been thinking about that, and then finally I saw also some videos how they made it, how they put it up. People really running into the stadium, with like tens of people.
It's really impressive.
It's so impressive, and then
but imagine you need to play that game at home as a player. You walk on the pitch, you look to your left, and you just see this big banner with also the words like show your dignity.
Yeah.
Like you don't need any motivation before games like this, but even if you need motivation and you just see the big Garuda and this words, you feel so fired up, You think like this is the moment.
Yeah, and to be honest, like people also were really critical about like, Neal won't be impressed with the audience in Indonesia because it's different than in Europe. Hey, I will admit the difference between the atmosphere in GBK compared to Europe is that it wasn't silent for 1 second. Sometimes you played in big stadiums yourself. We know, it has a great atmosphere, but then it's quiet during game. But now it wasn't quiet. People started at the first minute until the last minute, and then of course you had the song after the game with everybody standing in the middle.
Yeah.
It was really impressive with the Garuda sign.
So it was your first.
It was overwhelming.
First experience is overwhelming is the right word.
I hate to do it, but you were right from the first second you told me. Like
I hate to do it.
Yeah,
I'm always right.
No,
you know
not.
my nickname. I have my nickname for a reason.
Yeah, the professor. No, but you were right from the first second talking about it, and I think it was just something out of this world. And then it's already we discussed it before the game, before the podcast, before the game, is that it's 2 months, and then you're already back in Indonesia.
Yes,
it's going so fast right now, right?
Yeah, there was a bigger difference between the last international break and this one.
Yeah.
And now again in June, we play again, and probably after the season ends, I think there's also a possibility to go to Jakarta a little bit earlier to Indonesia, just to adjust a little bit more, have some more time. So that's nice as well.
Yes, it will be great for the team chemistry. I think if you can have a little bit more time with the guys, right?
Also, but I think the team chemistry. Also, I think if you look at the last game, for example, not only the players who started, but if you look at the whole team, also all the players that came in, I think it shows that we are really a team together.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have some more time because normally you only have like a few days with each other to prepare for a game. And it's nice to have some more time together. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah. And of course, people, they ask the question, will you be back in June? Yeah, I hope to. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I hope to be back.
Yeah, but just say yes.
Yeah, okay. We have to. Yeah, okay. Like for the people, we also do other stuff at my company. So, but of course, I want to be back in June. And of course, you know why? Because it was so much fun. Not only attending the game, but we met so many people. We did it in real life. What also is funny to tell the people.
Also, your first time doing it or not?
Yeah,
but it looked really natural.
Yeah, but to be honest, we, I think, underestimated a little bit the conditions of the temperature, the conditions in Jakarta, because we did it on
the internet.
The internet connection wasn't that good at the beginning. So for the people who missed it, just a really quick summary, we were supposed to go live, I think, at 12. And then you were texting me, I think, good luck with the in real life. I said, okay, yeah, here we go. It wasn't working. So then I decided to go 10 minutes live on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're back. We found a SIM card. And then sometimes the internet just dropped or connection was gone. But that was also because our laptop was heating up. So we were we were just doing it like just a really easy way. We're not like, we didn't do it in a professional way like we would normally do it. So
but still, I think in general it got a lot of positive reactions, right?
Like at TheHayeWay, and I think we met Chatmo also. He did also a live stream. Did you see his face? Then he asked me how many people are watching.
Yeah, it was like 10K.
So at TheHayeWay, where 15K people were watching live. So next time, okay, probably we'll do it again. We'll organize it better. We will prepare better. But what I think was really cool, we gave away some official TheHayeWay t-shirts. And I thought that was really cool because people were so happy. Just a quick question, which number does Thom play for TIMNAS?
That was funny as well.
And it's just, I don't know, to give away stuff, I think that's always the best. You feel like, you're like, it's just a great feeling.
It's, at the end, I think for you it was a great experience for the first time.
Yeah.
We had some ideas about the content you could make with the team, of course. Yeah. We tried out a lot of things. Or actually, you guys tried out a lot of things. And I think most of the reactions were just like really positive. And for me, the most important thing is to see that people enjoy watching or it just makes them happy. Like it's all about positive energy. And I think if that's the case, also like that we as TheHayeWay, we did the right job, and I think it's nice, the first experience, but it also, if you look, for example, forward to the coming period, to June and also after, I think we can still say it's only the beginning.
Of course. And I already said it 5 minutes ago. I have to say you were right again. Indonesian people, how many people came to me at the most strange situations?
A lot.
Hey, that was insane. Because but like, I think Frank, he's our general manager, and he explained it, I think, in the right way. He said the difference between people in Indonesia and in Holland, they are really grateful for the content we make, and they express it. And like, I think it's something in the culture that, of course, of course, we enjoy doing this and we are so happy, but it's just a podcast, not to make it big. We try to lighten up like the people's days, like 1 hour a week with a podcast. We try to be positive. We try to share stories, but it's not, changing lives. But if you see the reactions, people are so happy. And people, sometimes I said also to people, like, we're so happy with your reactions. That means so much to us. It's not the other way around, of course, we're really grateful that they're following us and commenting on us. But it's maybe good for us also to tell them we're so grateful how much love they are giving to us.
But I think it's only the thing with the podcast now and the content you made also in Jakarta, but the content we made in general and with the podcast, it works because it's the interaction is in both ways.
Yeah.
In just a fun, happy environment where everyone just maybe listens to enjoy, and we get a lot of energy from all the positivity from everyone as well. So I think that's why until now it works.
But it's also
so
a good
well.
thing. Like when we discussed starting this podcast, we always said it shouldn't be one way. We want to listen to the listeners for their input. If they're critical that we're talking too much together and Joey's sitting there as a third person, or for example, people invited us to play a game, 7v7.
Yeah.
And we said, all right, let's go with Frank, Carol, and myself. I think that's something we discussed in the first episode or the second episode. We always want to listen to what should we do.
There's one criticism
About
from my side.
To me?
Yeah.
Why?
The food.
Yeah. Oh.
The next time
Nasi Padang.
the TheHayeWay crew is in Indonesia, we need to show more
Yeah, true. I
about
ate,
the food.
I ate really good at some place, but I haven't been to Nasi Padang. Hey, sorry, Ganesh, I'm so sorry. Because Ganesh is sitting in the back and he said me, you have to do one thing, Nasi Padang. But to be honest, we already got invited in June. If we come back, a lot of people said, let's eat Nasi Padang together.
Okay.
So maybe we would just do one video. I'm going to eat at different places.
But it's
Nasi
also
Padang.
good that not everyone was perfect in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
No, true.
We have
No,
a lot of things coming.
But that's how, like, sometimes people say, oh, it looks so professional and the shots are so nice. And hey, to be honest, we just try stuff. Like Thom said, we go out, we come up with ideas. And yeah, of course, sometimes we hit the ball with an idea like a spontaneous podcast after a game.
But also we can improve in that.
That's right. And just want to point out one more thing. I think the most crazy place where I was asked for a photo was Padar Island, Labuan Bajo. Maybe we'll show you a little bit what happened there. But so I was walking, and I was sweating like I never did before. But finally, I reached the top of Padar Island, and it's not a mountain, it's just like 800 steps. I'm on top with Frank, Carol, our guide, fantastic guide we had. We had two people also who were helping out. Thank you so much, Mercy. And finally at the top, and suddenly I'm like this. I had no air. Hey, Neal, TheHayeWay, can I get a picture? And I thought, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it was great because it was two guys who were not from Indonesia. They moved to Jakarta 10 years ago and started watching the podcast.
Okay.
And that was really good. That was a place. I just wanted to mention that. And Labuan Bajo, we can talk about
That's
that.
the good thing about YouTube. You can watch it everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. So, like usually we'll do some questions. This time we opened our inbox. There's so many questions. I think a good question to start off. How is the new TIMNAS jersey? I'll start with you. You
Yeah,
played
it's
it. You only
beautiful.
played twice.
The first time I saw it, I was already impressed. And the first time I wore the jersey was for the Airspo shoot, for the jersey as well.
Yeah.
So the designers were there as well, and they told a lot about the jersey, about the background of the jersey, the details in the jersey. Actually, the jersey tells a whole story. I think that's really nice as well. It's not just a jersey. It's a jersey with a story, and really representing Indonesia. So yeah, I'm a person, I really like that. It's about the details. So I was already really impressed, but yeah, then wearing the whole jersey in a game, looking around, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. And
it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I went to the store. So you have the Garuda store at GBK, and I was luckily. So that was not the only Garuda store I went to. I went also to a little shopping mall. They just opened a new Garuda store with 2 former TIMNAS legends who I talked a lot to after the opening. And like, I have to admit, like the jerseys we discussed before, it's really nice. But they have really cool collections.
And you know, one thing I have to say about the jersey, what's even better is I really like the long sleeve. Because back in the days, like a lot of teams, it was really normal. Everyone was used to play or with short sleeves or with the long sleeve. And the long sleeve, I think just your appearance, it's so cool. It's so cool. And like it really gives a classic feeling because back in the days, everyone had long sleeve jerseys and they tend to disappear a little bit. You still have Real Madrid is one of the teams. They still have the long jerseys and it's like really classic feeling. It's so good. And then the red one and the white one, we have the long sleeves as well. But in Jakarta, I cannot wear the long sleeve. I wanted to so bad. I talked with Ole. Because in the first game against Australia, he's a little bit the same like me. You know, he thinks it's so cool. He thought I need to wear the long sleeve. And then you can see it because in the first half against Australia, he was wearing the long sleeve. But in the second half, he's wearing the short sleeve.
I didn't know that.
No?
Oh, that's so cool.
So he said that, like the jersey is so cool, but it was too hot. And I talked with him before the game against Bahrain. And I said to him, actually, you want to wear the long sleeve jersey, right? And he was like, yeah, but
it's too hot.
It's impossible. It's impossible. And so he wore the short sleeved one. But I think also that's really cool. The jersey itself is already cool, but I think the long sleeve version, it's amazing.
I have to admit, Carroll, he got the away one, the white one with long sleeves. I'm pretty jealous about that.
Yeah, it's
especially
beautiful.
here in Holland, you can wear it more times, you know.
Yeah.
And talking about the Garuda store, we have to show the people. I'll do it.
Give it to me.
ThomHaye, action figure. Now I had to get it right.
Yeah,
it's cool
fun.
to have it here.
It's crazy to imagine that.
Hey,
that it's me.
Yeah. No, but so I'm sure you can get it at the GBK stadium in the Garuda store there. And I'll show. Maybe I'll wear it next time. So, like, at home, I cannot bring in more jerseys because my girlfriend, she said it's enough with, collecting jerseys. But I got a special one. I got a training jersey, the purple one. I love it because that's what I was into. I went into the shop, and of course, I knew about the jerseys and stuff. But the other lines are also your pre-match jerseys. I got it as a present for a friend of mine, and don't want to spoil his birthday, but he was only looking at my present. It was the pre-match one, the previous one, with the red and white. He really loved it. So I don't know who's coming up with these ideas, but I really like not only the official TIMNAS jerseys, but the whole line. But I can talk about that a very long time. But let's go on. I wanted to ask you one more question. It's not from the people. So Joey made his debut, but Ole did also. And
the first game.
Yeah. But like it was his first trip, scoring 2 goals. I think a lot of people. But he is not only on the field, he made an impression, but also off the field. Did you hear about the celebration?
Yeah, I already knew about it.
Yeah, of course you knew, but I didn't know if he told everyone in the team. But this celebration, what it means?
Yeah, head up high.
Yeah, but for everyone in life. And I think if you think about that, because of course the goal against Bahrain means that you're still into qualification. You still have a chance to qualify for the World Cup. It's really important. But I think the celebration after is maybe more important for people in life, that a person who scores such an important goal tells everyone in Indonesia, but everyone who was watching the game, keep your head up. I don't know. It's
It's
really,
a really strong message.
It really hit me at that moment when I saw the interview with him, and what a guy, what an impact he made on the field. But if you can also make an impact in this way, unbelievable, right?
Yeah, but that's, I think, also, of course, he made a direct, good impression.
Yeah.
But I think at the end, if you look at all the guys representing the national team, we've discussed it as well in the team with everyone. Also, is you have to remember that you're not just a football player or playing for Indonesia. You're representing a really, really big country with a lot of people and a lot of support.
Yeah.
So it's not only about playing football, but it's also trying to be an inspiration for the next generation, being a good example, showing like every game again the passion and the fighting spirit. It's also about never giving up. I think that's the summary, the best summary. Of course, it's about football, but it's about way more than that also.
Next question.
I think a lot of questions I see, we already talked about it a little bit, about someone asked if you stayed at the stadium during the Tanah Airku song.
Yeah.
But you did?
Yeah, it was goosebumps, eh? Because you told me, you showed me before, and then I read about the meaning of the song. And of course, I won't get emotional now again, but what I said, being back in Jakarta, where my dad was born, where my family was from, and hearing about this song, the meaning of the song, and you guys standing there, and nobody left, eh? Nobody left the stadium.
No.
And everyone is there. And then, I don't know. We'll go on with the next question. Otherwise, I'll get emotional.
Did you eat Indonesian food on your trip?
Yeah, of course. I did eat a lot of satay ayam. What else did we? Yeah, I think we ate more Indonesian food we know. The only thing we didn't eat was nasi padang.
Yeah, but there's a lot of.
Did you eat? Did you have the chance to eat a little bit Indonesian food? Did you order satay?
I ordered what I always order.
At the hotel.
Come on, it's tradition. Traditions are there to be respected.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah.
I had to. And then, a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
You bring good luck to TIMNAS. Will you come again in June?
To be honest, thank you very much who asked this question, but I don't think that I brought luck, because the guys did a really good job themselves. And we just discussed it. I would love to come back in June. Yeah. I love the next question, because you know how where this question comes from?
No.
A lot of people ask this.
Yeah?
The question is, are Neal and Thom related? Family. It came after our hug after the game. Ganes told me, a lot of people said in Bahasa, Indonesia, are they brothers?
Oh,
after
really?
the hug we gave because it looked like family, how we gave a hug. But no, we're not related. No, it feels like sometimes he's my little brother.
Because then there's the next question: does Neal have Indonesian descent?
Yeah. So my father was born in Indonesia and in Jakarta, and you
know where?
Where in Jakarta? So the thing is, and I can share it here. It's really painful for my dad and his family that they had to leave Indonesia at that time. So they didn't really talk about it a lot at home. So now I was talking to friends about it. Like, I want to dig into the family history, and I can share it here in the podcast because I'm really curious about it. But I think it was so painful that they had to leave Indonesia, that they really were not open to it. So my dad said, Jakarta, I talked to him. And then that my grandmother, she was in a camp when the Japanese took over, and that was really painful for her. So I'll take you, and if I know on this journey, digging into my family history, and I'll talk here more on the podcast if I know more. But he was born in Jakarta.
Okay.
And that's the same for your family, right? They're from Jakarta, right?
Yeah. So my grandfather is born in Solo.
Yeah.
And my grandmother was born in North Sulawesi.
North Sulawesi, yeah. And I think that's one thing I wanted to say more about Indonesia. We went to a different part of Indonesia, and I texted you directly. Indonesia has so many faces, but it's like I really enjoyed Jakarta because people said, "Hey, it's too busy, too crowded." I really enjoyed it, but then I went to Labuan Bajo, and it's totally different. I would give everyone the advice who's listening to this: make some pictures of your favorite place where we should visit the next time, and maybe we can go together in June or a different time, or you can go. Probably you would prefer that.
Yeah, it's
with
so many different cultures, so many different islands.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
to
there
discover
are a lot
also
of
for
things
us,
to
right?
explore.
Yeah.
For example, what's really special also is my parents are coming for the games in June as well.
Really?
And after, they will visit a lot of places where my grandparents used to come.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's also for them really special, and
wow.
also for my dad, of course.
Yeah.
Because last time in June it was his first time going back.
Yeah.
And they stayed in Jakarta and we had some holiday on Bali.
Yeah.
But now he will take some time with my mother and I believe also my sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they will go together to explore a little bit more about our background and also the places where my grandparents
But if your
lived.
dad is there in June, maybe we can play a paddle game.
Probably I don't have time for that.
We still have to do it.
Yeah, but we have to. Then I want it to be really professional. I want cameras everywhere. We
Why?
film the whole match.
Okay, we'll talk about that at a different time. But that's really cool. What's on your list to visit in Indonesia?
No, for me it's the same. Like what my family is going to do, I want to do the same. But
Okay.
it has to be, in my holidays.
Yeah, your
it's
agenda
hard
is also
because-
difficult.
Yeah, and of course I'm with Bibi and the boys. We also want to have some quality time
I understand.
together. So I don't know when, but somewhere in the upcoming years I will. But I really want to take my time and don't rush it. You know, if I go there and visit everything, I really want to do it the right way. So I will do it, but I don't know exactly when.
Yeah. And people, how many people ask me, can you please convince Thom after his career to move to Indonesia, become a head coach of a team or head coach of TIMNAS? And then my answer was, hey, he's still a football player.
Yes.
Let him enjoy the football first. And then if things go, they will happen for a reason. But he's enjoying football right now. He's enjoying playing for TIMNAS.
It's good sometimes to make a planning, but
No.
let's not look too far ahead.
No, but like that, we had like talking about things in life. We would never have guessed this, what happened over, especially for you playing, but now with the podcast, for me going there, we know each other for nearly 10 years now. And if you would have told us 10 years ago, this would be where we would be in 2025, nobody would have guessed. A good thing. We started with the podcast for the listeners to do some Dutch phrases and everything. We changed it around, and I think we have to do some Bahasa Indonesia.
Ganesh found some words.
Ganesh found some words that nearly are the same in Holland. In Dutch.
Yeah, you pronounce them almost the same. I
So
see.
stadium is
Stadion.
stadion.
That's exactly the same
Yeah.
in Dutch.
Then office,
Kantoor.
kantoor. And we say kantoor. It's one more O.
Small detail,
Yeah.
but it's exactly the same.
Towel.
That one's really funny. I think that's the same word.
Handdoek?
Handdoek.
Handdoek? Yeah. And refrigerator is?
Koelkast.
Koelkast. And we say koelkast.
With the T. Koelkast.
Yeah. And then we have a...
But there are a lot of words.
Yeah. So if you have more words that you know that are similar in Belanda, I don't know, maybe say Belanda, and in Bahasa Indonesia, let us know. And now we have a sentence for you for this week in Bahasa Indonesia to say to the people.
Terima kasih atas dukungan Anda di Sydney dan Jakarta.
And then the one I came up with this week, saya akan kembali ke Jakarta.
That's a good way to finish.
Is it good?
I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be back
I think
in June.
we talked about.
I'll be back to Jakarta. That's it.
We talked about everything.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Yeah. The only thing we have to say, and this is a little bit too difficult for me. Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you. A lot of people reached out to me for helping me with Bahasa Indonesia. So
Yeah?
and so
Yeah,
like,
you have a job to do because someone said in the first episode, I think, that
we have time. Hey, Tom,
he's going
relax.
to do an whole episode in Bahasa. So
Relax. Hey, and imagine, hey, I was thinking about it. It could be at the World Cup, episode 100, if you think about it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
because I
calculated.
I was thinking about it. I think around 20 now. So next year another 50. Then we're around 70.
50. Wow.
No, then we're at 70 in March. 3 more months in June. We'll see about it. But I'm gonna do this.
Too far ahead.
Too far ahead. Jangan lupa subscribe dan follow kami di media sosial. Sampai jumpa minggu depan. I hope.
think I couldn't have said it any better.
You have to do it a little bit with convincing. That's what I always learned. Tom, it was great to be back in studio. I really enjoyed this episode. Of course, last time was a little bit more hectic. We were so happy after the win, but it's happy to reflect on our special week in Jakarta. And then this Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday, a small surprise for the people who are subscribed to our YouTube channel. They can see it this Wednesday. And then next Saturday, we will have a new podcast. And it's good to be back, to be in the studio here. But I'm counting down the days to June. Thank you, Tom. Good luck this
Thank
weekend.
you too.
And
See you next week.
Terima kasih, and we'll see you soon.